Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today, and today I am looking at the Rainbow High house, which is technically the Rainbow High dorm, but it is listed here on the instructions and on the box as the house. But it is very cool, and unfortunately, it is much too large for my normal filming area, so I am having to film on my kitchen floor. So forgive me for the lack of clarity in certain areas as we get into this. I am going to try to give you guys more of like an in-depth tour of all of the rooms and spaces. So without further ado, here is some of it. As you can see, we do have some doors that swing in and out to welcome you into our Rainbow High dorm. These pieces are individual. They snap in between the two wooden plates. The nice thing about these MGA houses is that they are always made out of wood. So you really do have a lot more of a sturdy construction. And it is a lot larger in scale than most of the Barbie doll houses that I've seen. Because most of the Barbie doll houses are really only tall enough for Barbie to fit in there standing. If you put in other taller dolls, you are going to wind up with a lot of heads running into the ceilings and things like that. But I'll show you guys using Hallie from the beach set. Look at how much extra space there is when I put her in there. There's another head and a half, probably, of her. And that's on like each floor. And then the top floor, which we'll look at a little later because I'll have to readjust my camera, just has a lot more room. So these are very cool, but they are huge. Like this thing is 33 inches wide and about 44 inches tall, I think is what it is. And it is just massive. It does have a lot of screws that go into it, and it's not self-piercing screws. It's flathead screws with a pre-drilled hole. And I've never sat in my kitchen at this angle before, and now I realize I need to clean after I shoot this video. But that's beside the point. This house does come with a lot of pieces of furniture, so we're just going to kind of go room by room across, and I'll show you guys. So the first piece that we have is this really cool armchair. It is fun. It does have an actual kind of cushion. It is made out of plastic, the majority of this, but this cushion part is a little bit different. It's not soft per se, but it does have some give. And then it's got gold chair legs, no wheels, but it is a cool little piece. And then we have another boot trunk like we've seen in a lot of, in a couple of different sets, but very cool. I love having extras of these. But this serves as like it's like a coffee table in the house for design purposes. And then we have our sofa. Now this is almost hollow, so it does have a lot of give to it. And then the back, it almost feels like boat cushioning, how they make boat seats. And it does have these individual little legs and a big hardy plastic base, so it's really not going anywhere. This is a sturdy piece of doll furniture. like, let me show you. I'm trying to not get my feet in the picture. So here we have Hallie for scale. Again, you can fit 3 full dolls on this couch, which is kind of awesome because I feel like not a lot of doll furniture is really made for more than one doll to sit on. Like, even if it's a couch, you can't really sit them on the couch very well. But it's a really cool furniture piece. Let me put that back in the house real quick. So as you can see, it does go almost right into that doorway, but it is very cool, as you can see in there. It's kind of funny because with the pool set, the Pacific Coast, whatever it's called, the beach club and pool, we got a light effect. With the car, we got a light effect. With the house, no light effects. Oddly enough, water effects, which I would have thought the water effects would have been in the pool. But the pool doesn't have any water effects. So let me show you guys the bathroom stuff. So here's the toilet. It's got a little seat that comes up. And it does have a little button on the top where you can set things, I guess, but there's not actually, it doesn't flush or anything like that, which is kind of surprising because Barbie has toilets that flush, usually in her houses. Let me readjust. Sorry, I'm trying to get good angles to where I don't pop up in the film. But here is our shower set. Let me show you guys this a little bit better. So it is 2 pieces. So we have our sink right here that does have a water effect. It is kind of cool. You use this button to push and it pumps water out from the little reservoir that you fill up. And then there's also this shower, which does come in like 4 pieces because the glass pieces are individual and so is the shower head. And you snap that all together. So very cool furniture pieces for our first floor. Which I often think that the bathrooms are the places in doll houses that most often get not ignored, but just underdone. But we do also have a towel rack in there. If you guys can see that, right there on that back wall, right here, we do have a towel rack that just kind of pops into little peg holes. And there's a little towel that hooks in there. And it's very cool. It's a nice little added bonus that they give you. And now let's look up at our second floor, which I'm going to have to back up again for. So our kitchen, I feel like, is the main centerpiece of this house. It's our second largest room, but it has the most furniture and it has the most detail in it. And I actually haven't opened up the little accessory bags for our kitchen yet because I wanted to do that on film for you guys. But we do have those to look forward to. So our first piece is this bar. It is cool. It's like a kitchen bar. Nothing on the sides. So there's no like peg holes for anything to go in. So it does look very realistic. And with that we have a bar stool, which also has this detachable option that you can take this off and just have your doll sit on it, or you can have it right here and the doll clip on it, which is kind of cool. And then we have two of these chairs. And these are just Lucite chairs with the RH on them. Very similar to some AliExpress chairs without the logo. But they're very cool. If you need to get a complete set of these, you can pick them up probably for like $10 after shipping for two more. Then we have our little breakfast table right here, which is very cool. It's very mid-century modern. But it's a very cool thing. But as you can see back there, the kitchen is not done yet. Because we also have our stove and refrigerator. So let me show you the fridge. So the fridge does come apart from that. So it looks like this. It does have some drawers in the freezer. When you open it up, it does have shelves and a little veggie drawer also that does come out that's fully functional. We've got stickers in there, or sticker on there that just shows it kind of has stuff in it. And then it slides into the Vent-A-Hood unit. So this piece is actually its own piece, as you see. It's got a little marble backsplash that matches the marble on the floor, and it just goes directly into the fridge right there, and it holds it in pretty tight, so it's gonna move around at roughly the amount of space that you've got. And then we can put that back there, like that, and we can look at our stove. So this is our oven. So it does have 4 burners on top. They don't have any sound effects or anything. Again, when Barbie gives us a house, there's usually sound effects on the appliances, but they don't look as realistic as this. This looks like a nice Viking range. You open it up, it's got an actual grate in there. The knobs here on the front look cool. I wish they turned. And then we do have a broiler down here, or the pots and pans storage, as most of my friends use it for. That bottom part of your stove is usually a broiler. Just FYI everyone. And then we also have this piece right here that's not built in. None of the furniture is built in to this house, which is wonderful, because sometimes the furniture is really just built in to Barbie houses, and it's not as easy to mess with. But under the sink, there are 3 shelves, which is kind of awesome. And then next to the sink, we have a drawer right there for cutlery or whatever, in addition to 3 more shelves under that one. This does turn between here and there. No water effect on the sink, but it does slide right into that back corner, and it's very cool. So we have that. Now let's take a look at our kitchen accessories, which are very cute and very unique to Rainbow High. So we have our toaster right here, which the lever does go up and down. There's no toast that pops out of it though. That would have been kind of cool. We do have a Chinese food takeout container, which is kind of awesome. It does say sparkle on the side, and then it's sparkle instead of normal amount. Then we have Frosty Sparkle, like Frosted Flakes. Kind of a cool little cereal box. And then those are our larger items that are in the kitchen. And let me show you the bag of smaller items that come. So we do have a bottle of Glitterade. You guys can see that of my... There we go. Glitterade. Right there. Very fun. Very awkward. And we do have a thermos that is done like that. And it does actually... I thought it opened. I guess it didn't. But this part does spin. It may open. I'll check that again in a minute. And then another sparkle right there. That's another thermos. It's the same mold, but done in silver and red. And then we have two tumblers. One with a rainbow graffiti motif, kind of like jade. And then another rainbow kind of sporty motif like for Skylar. Then we have a frying pan with a little RH on it. So you can go back on the stove. I knocked things over. Well, at least things are easier to find here in the kitchen than they are on my carpet. So, again, I feel like a giant, but such is life, right? And then we have two of these plates that say RH on them. So we can put those on the table. And then two sets of cutlery. And here they are, the fork, the spoon, and the knife. Again, done in this sort of pearl gold. Very cool. Very much Rainbow High. My only wish is that we would have gotten some more of these molds that we had in the Pacific Coast set, which is kind of cool. Or just that this bar had some little pegs in it where the drinks could fit in. Would be nice. But it's okay. And we're going to move over to the laundry room. So the laundry room does come with this washing machine, which does spin. You guys can see that. I'll show you inside. You can see that. It does spin when you put things in it. Those little bubbles are mounted, so they're not like free floating in there. But that is cool. We do get another rack like we got with Avery Styles. It's the same rack. So you got the pegs that pull out. Not supposed to pull out all the way, but all right. Just supposed to come out like that, but that's okay. This one does come unassembled when you get it, so it's flat in a little plastic sheet. And then we do have two more little hooks in there that just snap into pegs, which is kind of cool. As you can see, there are things painted on the walls. There's no stickers in this house, which I do love, because a lot of the times when you get stickers that fade over age. So we do have some really cool interior work done. And sorry, I'm gonna have to just hold the phone at this point because my tripod is only so tall, and it is not going to fit my anticipated height that we need to get to for the third level. But this is a very cool dollhouse. I did not mention its price up at the front of the video, but it retails for $1.99. I did get it on Amazon for a deal. I think it was a Deals Day deal. I'm not sure if it's still listed at this price because I got it about a week and a half ago, I guess. But it's very cool. Look at that painting in the background right there. Again, very cool. But our next view that we want to look at is the bedroom, which I think is one of the cooler rooms. But the problem is that all of the detail is done on the walls. There's only two pieces of furniture here, and that is this and the little side table, which is kind of disappointing just because there's really nowhere to go with that. Let me see if I can put you in there. Sorry about that. So like, this is the view from inside the writer's room. No, but we do have two little things that are included for this area. And that is a laptop and a makeup palette. And they are very cool. So the laptop looks like that. It does have Sparkle written on the back of it, but kind of scratched off. And it does have a little vlog picture of all of them and a really well detailed keyboard. And we look at our eyeshadow palette like that, functional mirror, and really cool color selection. But that is actually a sticker, so those two things do have stickers, I guess, when I said there were no stickers. The bedding is pretty nice fabric. It's a basic cotton. The same thing with the pillows, which are stuffed, which is kind of basic material. The bed and the mattress are joined, so you can't take the mattress part off. But look at that, it does have like a quilted mattress that again is that same kind of like boat cushion material, but is very cool. The headboard and the feet of the bed actually do disconnect, which is kind of interesting in the way that they did it, but it still is a pretty much a single piece. But it's very cool, and it is honestly it's a two-person bed, really. If you're using other dolls, even if you're using a Rainbow High doll, I'm pretty sure there's still a two-person bed, because here is Hallie, and we can put Phaedra on there, and two dolls are able to fit comfortably without really even touching elbows or knees, even with their really big heads. So if you were using Barbies in this house, it would be really good sized, but that's just my personal opinion for those. But it is a really cool bedroom. Now, I told myself I was not going to get this at the price that it was which was the $2.99. So I actually waited until it was on sale, which I'm really glad I did. And I actually passed up an open box deal at Walmart that was $68 that I kind of kicked myself about not getting, but I wasn't sure if all the stuff was going to be in there because I wasn't sure how it was all packed. And FYI, all of the wood pieces are in one single box, which is kind of crazy because it was a heavy little box. So we do have our hot tub right here. This is another one that has play feature that's got the water that pumps in and out with this little switch right here. Kind of cool. It does have little individual jets and seats for 4. I have not tried putting 4 dolls in there yet, so we are going to try that right now. I tried a little bit with the Barbies, but I did not try with Rainbow High dolls. So the first doll that's going to go in there is our Jet Dawson doll in a nice little LOL OMG doll outfit. And our custom Avery is making a return in this video. And another LOL OMG doll outfit. And then Hallie and Phaedra are going to go in there. The only problem I'm encountering really is getting all of their legs to fit in the middle. But you can get them in there. I do also have Harper, but I just wanted to put my other 2 in there. So once you get their feet kind of navigated around, you can easily fit those 4 that are in there. See, their legs look kind of like a jumble, but from the side it looks pretty good. So, a very cool hot tub. Again, there is a water reservoir in there. I'm not going to use the water reservoir right now because I don't want to have I don't want to have to wait for it to dry out before I move this back onto carpet. And then I actually forgot to show you guys the other piece of furniture in this room, which is the little bedside table. It's very cool. It does have a functional drawer, so you can put the laptop or the eyeshadow palette in there. They would both fit. So, lots of things. And you do also get a set of hangers to put on the wardrobe rack, but it's very much like a kind of like an afterthought. So I am going to show you guys the elevator now. So this is what the elevator looks like. It doesn't have a hinge like a lot of the Barbie doll ones do. It's just entirely tension. So I feel like that is going to get a little more wobbly with age. But it is still a very cool dollhouse. The sides are done in that pattern right there to make it look like a trunk. So there is a lot to this. So again, for what they made and what they priced it at, it was really good. But as someone who already has dollhouses, I didn't really need to buy this at full price. I have seen a lot of people selling the furniture individually on on like Mercari and OfferUp for upwards of like $30 a piece, which is not bad because this is really high quality doll furniture, and it is very clear that that's where all of the budget for all of this went, was into developing the molds for this, because otherwise the house itself is very basic. Like, we have one piece on the bottom, and then there is a supporting wall back there, and there are supporting walls on each side that are two pieces that connect to the second floor, a supporting wall on the second floor, the two back panels for both of those, and then the third floor, an individual side panel, an individual back panel, another side panel, the little front-facing roof, and the two top pieces for the roof. And then there is a little balcony over there that you can't really see because it's clear, but you can see that gold post is actually a balcony. So, I mean, there's a lot to this house, which I think makes it worth it. But again, it's up to you. And now I am sitting here with this giant house, and I don't actually know where I'm gonna put it because it is so big. And I'm in a one-bedroom apartment right now. So I may actually take apart the house here in the next couple of days and just keep the furniture for when I want to do displays and photos, because it is really good furniture, and I can compress the furniture down into like a kind of like a single like storage crate thing. But it is huge. Like, the Pacific Coast set took up the majority of my filming area, and this is wider than the pieces of the Pacific Coast put in. That's edged up with there, and then we still have all of that room for the excess. Like, we have another 5 inches over here on this side. So it is wide. But it is also very cool. It's really high quality put together. I wouldn't drag it around or carry it very far, just in general. But you could if you had to. Like, this isn't a dollhouse you'd have to take apart just to move. Like, you could put this in a truck bed and it would be okay. But it is a little big for what I need. Part of me wishes that they had just done this width straight down and given us just 3 levels of like 1 room each, because I could have lived without the little like laundry room. And then the bathroom is really cool, and the living room is really cool, and the kitchen is really cool. But the bedroom itself is kind of basic, because I wish they had just given us those trunks, and I wish they had given us another dress form. That would have been cool. Because now, if I put the dress form from Jet in that room, it does look a little overdone. But let me tell you guys about the instructions. They weren't hard. This is like the full piece listing of it, so it wasn't bad. And then it had really clear instructions on how to put things together. It's like full color, so you know which one is which. So that's nice. And again, it's only like 18 steps, but the problem is it's all like really tiny screws. So have your little screwdrivers ready. It does explain a little bit more of the water function, and it does also give you wall mounting equipment in case you're worried a kid's going to pull it over. But like I said, I'm not wall mounting this because I don't think I'm actually going to keep it up. But it is really cool. And let me show you guys what the bar stools from the Pacific Coast would look like with this bar, just a little FYI. So here is the bar. Here are the bar stools. They are the perfect height. They are awesome. You could easily take those from the Pacific Coast one and bring those in. This is actually a matching color to the Pacific Coast marble. You could also just take this and put it with the Pacific Coast set if you wanted to do that, because it does open up a lot more space in the kitchen area when you do take that out. But again, everything's up to you. This was a cool thing that I got because I wanted to kind of see it in person, especially after seeing how good the pieces looked individually online for sale. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. If I don't like them, I can always sell it later. But I do really like all the furniture pieces, so it is a very cool thing to have. I do kind of wish Barbie made double beds more frequently, because that would be awesome to have on like a regular basis, but I don't think they're going to. But we do have some really cool doors, a really good bathroom. The only thing that I dislike about open houses like this, just in general, just as like my opinion thing, is I wish there were panels that could just be opened up so you could go into it but not have the whole like house displayed all the time. Like they used to have dollhouses that swung open. But that is a whole lot more complicated to make, especially when you have irregularly shaped dollhouses like this one, because if y'all will notice, it is not a flat front. Even though it looks flat at the front, it is actually curved, which I don't understand really why they did that. It was kind of unnecessary to do that, and it would have given you more room to play, but it does make it a little more interesting to see just visually. But again, it's really cool. The stands fit in there really easily. They're gonna go everywhere. But there's a lot of furniture to pose your dolls on if you don't want to include the stands that come with each doll, except for the cheer dolls. The cheer dolls don't come with stands, which I'm still salty about. But they're very cute. So, I mean, that's about it. I've been putting off this video because I didn't really know where I was going to film it, and I did settle on my kitchen floor. So I'm sorry if the light doesn't get in there real well. Let me see if I can do my ring light down here for a second. Gotta hold the ring light and the phone. Ugh. So as you can see in there, it does have lots of stuff on those walls. So again, very pretty. Lots of detail in there. So, it is not bad. The ring light really does make a difference. Too bad it's so tall. But again, lots of cool things. I really dislike when they put furniture painted onto the walls. That's the only problem that I have. Like, this table that's back there that's painted on the wall, I would have rather have seen that as an actual table. And the same thing with this little towel rack thing. It's like a ladder. I would have rather have seen that. The paintings, I'm okay with that being just like painted on the wall and like the shelves and things. But again, those trunks and that dress form, I would have rather have seen those as actual pieces, just because it would have been a lot cooler. But again, that's always just my opinion. I think MGA does a great job on their dollhouses, just in general. I've seen a couple of different ones that are all really nice and really good quality. And I wish Barbie would kind of take a lesson from that. But I think the last time Barbie gave us wooden dollhouses was, I don't know, probably in the 80s or the 70s, if they gave us those then. I know they gave a lot of like cardboard ones also, but I wish they would do this where it was actually like this quality construction instead of just the plastic. Because the plastic, while it's actually, it holds up, it's also really kind of flimsy. And there's a lot more pieces to snap in that always kind of break off. But again, I've not bought a Barbie house new. I've only ever bought them used and then just sort of furnished them myself. So this is kind of my first one that I've put together out of the box. But it is very cool. And if you guys have any questions on it, leave them in the comments and I will get back to them. I am still working on a video to do thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I am really excited about that because this is just something I do for fun and I'm glad so many of you guys enjoy it. And I think I am going to do a doll tour of all of my Barbies at some point. But because my restyle videos, people tend to really like those. So, thanks for watching, as always. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, questions in the comments, and follow along for some more fun unboxings, because there is always more to come. Be good, y'all. Bye.